Hey, this is Khalid Nathan Aleem, the real estate boy, and welcome to Morning Hacks with Khalid. Today, we're going to be talking about 10 traits of highly successful people. Again, I'm sorry, 10 traits of highly motivated people. That's what we're talking about today. 10 traits of highly motivated people. Now, you know motivated people when you see them, okay? They're determined in the face of challenge and possess more energy than a bunny with a drum. But what exact characteristics traits help them stay that way? That's what we're going to talk about this morning. It's a lovely Thursday morning, October 28th. So let's get into it. Again, this is 10 traits of highly motivated people. Number one is purpose. All right. Number one is purpose. Highly motivated people are able to comprehend and internalize the bigger picture. They see how their work fits into that bigger picture and therefore don't start feeling like a smaller component on this journey of meaningless. All right. A person with purpose is like a person on fire, right? They're going because they have a purpose. They know their why. A purpose, another word for purpose is why. They know their why. If you have a person and they're standing in between two buildings, all right, and you told them to jump from one side of the building to the other, they would look at you like you crazy. Why? Because they have no why. But if you put their child over on that other building and then told them to go to another building, they definitely would probably jump over to that other building. What's the difference? It's the same person and it's the same building. But what's the purpose? Their why. So if you want to be a highly motivated person, whatever you're trying to be motivated for, whether that's your job, whether that's your family, whatever, you need to find what's the purpose. Once you find the purpose, then everything else will come after that. So again, highly motivated people, they comprehend and they internalize the big picture so they don't get caught up on the small things. That's what you got to do to be highly motivated. Find your purpose or find your why. Okay. That's the first thing. Number two is optimism. All right. With a positive vision of what can be done in the future, motivated people gain energy to go about their work towards the happy outcome that they envision. All right. Optimism. You got to be positive. You got to be positive. You're not going anywhere being negative. You're just going backwards. You got to be positive because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So why have a pessimistic view? Because a lot of times the way the person looks is how they're going to go. And you control those thoughts, meaning that, okay, a situation happens. You control your thoughts as far as, okay, am I going to look at this in a positive light or am I going to look at this in a negative light? If you look at it in a negative light, it tends to all go downhill. But if you look at it in a positive light, a lot of times you'll come out on top. For example, next door neighbor, a house that I'm renovating this morning, he called me and he's like, man, they done threw trash all in front of your house. So I can be upset and I can be mad and I can go down there and try to find out who did it and so on and so forth. But no, I need to look at this positive. Okay, let me go down there, clean up and make sure everything is okay. So then now the neighbors can look at me like, okay, well, this is a person that he seen that the trash is in front of his investment property. He didn't just leave it there, number one. And he didn't just come and cause a big commotion. He came there and he cleaned it up. And then after that, what I'll probably do is I'll probably knock on some of the neighbors' doors and let them know, hey, if you ever need anything, let me know. If you ever need anything or if something like this happens again, let me know because that's never our intention. So what happened is somebody must have came through the nighttime and they must have just went through it and just threw things everywhere. I don't know what they were looking for. Okay. So anyway, the point of what I'm saying is that you need to be positive. All right. So number one, we had find your why. or find your purpose. Okay. This is the first trait as far as highly motivated people. And then number two is being positive. Okay. You have to be positive. Number three is self-esteem. Okay. It's hard to do anything when you don't feel like you can do it. Isn't that right? If you feel like you can't do something, you're probably not going to do it. But motivated people know their strengths and they believe in themselves. Belief, belief. I say this all the time. If you get in your car, or if you believe that your car is not going to run or it's not going to start up, are you even going to get in the car? No, you'll probably take Uber or take the bus because you believe that your car will not stop or start. If you don't believe that you can do something, you're probably right. If you believe that you can do something, you're probably right. So your self-esteem dictates a lot of your success. Do you believe that you can do something? And I had a podcast yesterday with a highly successful doctor. And as we go through all of these things, all of these highly motivated things she possessed, okay? She believed that she could become a doctor. If she didn't believe it, she wouldn't have done it. But she believed that she could be a doctor. And therefore, she went in that path. That's what you have to do. You have to believe in yourself. All right. You got to have your purpose. What's your why? You got to be positive. You can't be negative. You can't be a Debbie Downer. I remember my father always uses this line. What he says is that it's not about the problem, it's about what options you have. So a problem happens. Okay, the problem's already done. The problem already happened. The situation already happened. So, what are your options? This is what you should be focused on. What are my options? This problem, this issue happened. Now, what are my options? This is what you should be concentrating on. Okay. So, again, find your why. What's your why? What's your purpose? Being positive and having a high self esteem. Okay. Positive people know their strengths and they know their weaknesses. So they stay out of those situations where they're weak. And this is something that I've learned and I've used a lot. For example, eating sweets. I love sweets. Okay. Like most people, I absolutely love sweets. But the thing is, how do I stay in such good shape and healthy? Because I don't buy them. I don't buy them because I know they're my weakness. So if I don't buy them, I don't put them into my cabinets and they're not there. Now, since me having kids, they like a bunch of junk food. So it's hard. It's super hard. But when it was just me, I wouldn't buy it. I would not buy it. So if I don't buy it, the temptation is not there. All right. So we have purpose, optimism, self-esteem. Number 4 is bravery. All right. Motivated people delight in taking on new challenges and they don't back down from risks. They're not afraid to take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. Just like that teacher on a so-called magic school bus, okay? You got to have kids or go look it up on YouTube, all right? But bravery, a trait of a highly motivated person is bravery. They don't back down from risk. They don't back down. There may be something out there. Yeah, it's risky, okay? But there's always a risk to reward relationship, as they say. Okay? You're not going to get the big wins without a big risk. And a lot of people, a reason why they haven't achieved their goals or achieved their dreams is because they're scared to let go. They're scared to let go. I'll tell you a quick story. I had a nice, comfortable job. I was a supervisor, went in, clocked in 9 to 5. Great job. cushy job. But I really wanted to do real estate. I really wanted to do real estate. And there was a point where I was doing both. But at some point in time, I'm just, hey, like, listen, you have to burn the ships. You have to give yourself no outlet. And that's what I did. And now I make a lot more money and have a lot more freedom doing what I do now versus when I had the safe 9 to 5. But if I never let go of that 9 to 5, I would still be punching somebody's clock. And again, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having a 9 to 5. I'm not, but it just wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me. Okay. So again, we're talking about the 10 traits of highly successful people. And number 1, we got purpose. Number 2, we have being positive. Number 3 is self-esteem. Number 4 is bravery. And number 5 is energy. Energy. Okay. Motivated people have the prerequisite energy. What does that mean? Energy, mental energy, the physical energy, or emotional energy to move forward with their plans and fight the good fight. You got to have energy. You cannot do mostly anything you can't do just sitting down on your butt, being lazy. You got to have that mental energy. You got to have the physical energy, and you have to have the emotional energy. So what does that mean? Okay, have the mental energy. We talked a couple of days ago about clearing your mental space. Clearing your mental space. All right. So you can have the mental energy, physical energy. You got to go to sleep. You got to go to sleep and get a good night's rest. Also, you got to eat right. If you're eating junk, you're going to be tired. You're going to be super tired because you're eating junk. Watch what you eat and protect your peace. Protect your peace. If you have a toxic person in your life, you got to get rid of them. You can't take everybody. You cannot take everybody. And also having the emotional energy. Okay? So that means what? You got to cut down on the stress. You got to cut down. What's a way to cut down on the stress? Stop worrying about everything. Stop worrying about everything. Well, what if this happens? 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 Well, what if... Listen, you got to relax. You got to relax, boss. You cannot sit and be worried about everything because it's going to take a toll on you. That's stress. That's stress. You got to relax. Okay? So again, we talked about purpose, being positive, high self-esteem, being brave, energy. Number 6 is persistence. Persistence, all right? People with high levels of motivation don't give up when the going gets tough. They buckle down and stick to their guns. You have to be persistent. When I had the podcast yesterday, which will be coming out very, very soon. When I was talking to the doctor yesterday, we talked about being persistent. You have to be persistent because success is going to knock you around to see if you deserve it. It's almost like a woman playing hard to get. Okay? No, it's not going to be an easy road. It's not. But you got to be persistent. You got to stay on top of it. And all of these traits work together. That's the secret. All of these traits work together. You need to know your why. Why am I doing this? What's my purpose? And again, being positive, having positive thoughts, having a high self-esteem, believing in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. Some people, they talk to themselves in the morning. I forgot what it's called. Affirmations. They do affirmations in the morning. You may try that to give yourself a higher self-esteem, or get around people who have a higher self-esteem. Okay? Being brave, that goes into believing in yourself. Believing that, okay, if it goes wrong, it's going to be all right. If it goes wrong, what's the worst thing that can happen? Having the energy, again, getting enough sleep, clearing your mind, self-care. You have to take care of yourself. Taking those mental breaks, taking a weekend maybe just to be by yourself, or just taking the day off and maybe just laying around. But you have to rejuvenate yourself, okay? All right, so we got persistence. You got to stay persistent because, again, success will knock you down and knock you down again and knock you down again. You got to stay persistent and not get knocked out the box. All right, so that's number 6. Number 7 is perspective. This is super important. Perspective. Highly motivated people don't get it twisted with the small stuff. They know how to sort through life's numerous concerns and ignore the little things that could pull them off course. Perspective. How are you looking at things? This is so important. How are you looking at things? Are you looking at it, and this goes to being positive? Are you looking at things in a good way or a bad way? Are you looking at this, whatever happened, in a positive mind frame or a negative mind frame? Perspective, man. Somebody might say perspective is almost everything. How are you looking at the particular situation? Powerful, y'all. Straight powerful. Number 8 is reflective. And again, we're talking about traits of highly motivated people. We talked about finding your why, having your purpose, being positive. Number 3, self-esteem, bravery, having the energy to be motivated, being persistent. And now we're talking about perspective. Okay. Highly motivated people don't get it twisted with the small stuff. All right. Because that will bring you down. That's going to get you off track. You're going straight. Between 2 points, the shortest distance is what? Going straight. But these small things that happen in life pull you over here, pull you over here, pull you over here, pull you over here. No, you have to be persistent. Okay. Number 8 is reflective. When you lose, don't lose the lesson. Again, I'll say that again. When you lose, don't lose the lesson, as the old adage goes. And motivated people get this. When they lose, you know what? I lost. Okay, where's the lesson? Where's the lesson? And again, motivated people get this. So while bravery, energy, and persistence are all some of their excellent qualities, meaning motivated people, that doesn't mean they make stupid decisions. It doesn't mean that they make stupid choices. Motivated people reflect on the process and move forward with intelligence and strategy. They don't make stupid choices. They reflect, okay, damn, I lost. I'm not going to do this again. What's the older adage goes? First time around, shame on you. If it happens again, shame on me, as they say. Because why? Because I'm reflecting on what happened. I'm reflecting on what happened. So I don't make that bad decision over again and over again and over again. So anyway, highly motivated people, one of their big traits is they reflect on things. They think about things, okay? Number 9 is humility. Humility. Motivated people also have perspective on their own strengths and weaknesses. An arrogant person will quickly run up against a wall over and over as opposing egos clash. But by contrast, a humble person will have an easier time carrying out their plan, taking feedback, and adjusting their course as necessary. They're not going to be offended because why? Because their eyes is on a prize. And they'll take the help that they need to get there. So they're humble. You got to be humble. Not because when you start to get arrogant and somebody may come and again, we talked about it, is perspective. Somebody may come and they may give you a piece of advice, but you take it as what? As criticism. You take it them as what? As backstabbing, or taking them as crabs in a barrel. Oh man, why that person tell me that? They must hate me. I got haters. I ain't got no haters. You don't have no haters. Somebody just trying to improve you. Somebody's trying to give you a suggestion, and then take it. And you can choose to implement it or not implement it. It's on you. But we should be more humble. Again, highly motivated people, they're humble because their eyes are on the prize. So they're not offended when somebody comes and they're trying to give them help. All right. Last but not least is celebration. Motivated people enjoy success and they celebrate it. Again, motivated people enjoy success and they celebrate it. It's not about throwing it in other people's face, but about appreciating the hard work that was just done and looking forward to a new journey. So motivated people do what? They celebrate. It's a party. It's a party. They celebrate. Okay? So, and in a good way, not in a crazy way, okay? But they celebrate their victories. And that's what you should do too. So, if you want to be a highly motivated person, what are the 10 things that you want to do? I'll break them down one more time. Number 1 is purpose. Number 2 is being positive. Number 3 is self-esteem. Number 4 is bravery. Number 5 is energy. Number 6 is persistence. Number 7 is perspective. Number 8 is reflective. Number 9 is humility. And number 10 is celebration. All right. If you're looking to be a highly motivated person, these are 10 traits of a highly motivated person. Okay. All right, y'all. This is Khalid Nathan Aleem, the real estate boy with the morning hacks. All right, y'all. Take care.